do that over there. You can't do that. You can't do that over there. Get down off. Look at these stragglers. Nice. Oh, that's a nice. Look at a fuzzy. It's a fucking nice fuzzy astragalus. Prick. We stopped to harvest some damn yucca seeds, and we seen this guy. Look at it. You see, you almost can't even see it. The coat of spines is too thick. I'm not talking about that opuntia, that prickly pear. I'm talking about that echinomastus, which when you get close enough to it, you can see that it's got that beautiful glaucous blue epidermal tissue and the spiraling tubercles, spiraling in a clockwise direction around a plant like that. But look how dense that coat of spines is, creating its own shade cloth. Huh? What do you think about that? That beautiful old man. Oh, look at that guy. So you see him in there. You see that guy in there. God damn it. Nice glandula cactus over there, just blended in, looking like a little clump of grass. Tough times in the Chihuahua Desert. Bman Bust. You know, there's a nice little areocarpus. What is that material made out of? It forms that fingernail-like compound. It feels like keratin, almost. This is what the areos look like when they die, and there's a lot of dead areocarpus. This is nice. So this was once the ocean floor, and some damn little critter or something was, you know, scurrying around, making all these little impressions in this mud, this calcareous sandy mud. You can also see a little bit of shimmery in there, that's indicating that it's sandstone. Cretaceous sands. Nice little areocarpus. You can see there's a dead one with that keratin-like molecule that creates that shell, which Loaf, of course, doesn't do. But this guy's still very much alive. You know, Javier over here noticed this. I didn't even see this. You know, you got those little. Look at that. It feels like a damn. It feels like a fingernail. There's chlorophyll deep down beneath that thick layer of that fingernail-like structure. Oh, these are so fun to draw. Look at all the goddamn trichomes. Oh, the texture. Oh, it feels like Braille. I almost wish I was blind so I could feel it more. Little derelict bastard. Look at this guy. He's creating a little shade screen for himself with them spines. Almost don't even see these guys. And that glaucous blue can turn to gray real easy. Look at the wax. Look at the thick wax on that. So thick you could scrape it off and thwack it on someone's windshield almost. My friend Encilia scaposa, another limestone endemic, right where that, you know, that 70 million years ago, that little critter was scurrying around making a bunch of filthy, dirty little paths in the mud. And that looks like a grass, but it's actually a daisy. These very thin leaves, still alive too. It'll come back, give it a little bit of water, it'll just green right up. What a great fucking plant. Here, Gordito, you gorgeous fat little bastard. Look at that, look at that. God damn it, that's amazing. Just gray. All right, and it looks like that because of the habitat it's grown in. All right, you can't take the plants out of the habitat. It doesn't do anything. You see it in the pot, don't tell you anything. You see it here, you can tell it looks like this because it grew in these limestone, these thick. God, look at that texture on that thing. These thick limestone desert landscapes, where the habitat selected for the way it looks. It looks like that because the habitat selected for it. If the habitat here was in limestone, this would never exist. Goes for, I think, all areocarpus. I think they're all limestone endemics. Jesus Christ, how old is that? That's got to be fucking 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, maybe, who knows? Little trichome stripes on each tubercle. Look at that. Jesus Christ, look at that texture. I gotta take some macro shots, some obscene macro shots of it. Really gonna zoom in there, all right? You know, this is like the part in a porno movie where you put a different lens on, you know, so you can get all the hairs and pimples and possible evidence of venereal diseases. I mean, you just, you know, for the sick fucks in the room, the people that got a fetish, look at that. God, what is that? What is that compound? Is that some, you know, because Lophophora doesn't have that. Lophophora doesn't have this hard shell, this keratin-like molecule that looks like a dirty fingernail when the plant dies. But that shell is what protects all that tissue beneath from the sun and from desiccation. God, it's fucking wild. It's just such a, look at that thing. I mean, the texture of that is just, oh. So how do you judge how quickly something like that grows? Because it's not, you gotta remember, it's boom and bust in the desert, right? So you might have 3 years of, you know, of good rain, and it grows more than it did in the 10 years preceding it. Naina Cactus horizontalonius with seed. I've never seen that before. I just pulled that fruit off. All the seeds fell out. There's a bunch you could see. I have to use my damn Leatherman, the pliers to pull those things out. But that's cool. Never seen that before, actually. Never see fruit on these guys. Oh, look, the selaginella is still green. It hasn't closed up shop yet. The resurrection fern, even though it's not a fern, it's a lycophyte. Different lineage of plants entirely, but it's starting to close up. You can see the damn, oh, it's fucking nice. Look at that fucking color, eh? How'd you like to do your bathroom in those tones, huh? That'd be nice. I bet your life would be better if it was, huh? Look at that. Is that those are sporophylls? See that? In between those little bracts emerge the tiny spores. Because yes, this plant reproduces by spores, not seeds. That lineage it's a member of is that old. Look, it's starting to curl up. You'll see a whole hillside of these growing on the limestone, just completely, when it's during the dry season, just completely black and dried up. Can't even tell it's alive. Get the littlest bit of water, boom, opens back up like a palm, starts photosynthesizing again. And metabolize and respire, you know, all that stuff. Look at it, that's my guy Rupert over there. He's singing a prayer for the Loafafra. That's a beautiful thing right there. Anyway, we see plenty of Loafafra too, but I feel like I've photographed it so many times, you know, and given it all the attention, where I've never given this much attention to the silage, to any silage. Look at that. Oh, god damn, look at that nice. Look at that nice. Look at those sporophylls, huh? Sporophylls. Say it with me for all you people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sporophyll. It's a foliage leaf dedicated entirely to producing spores. It does photosynthesis too. You can see the chlorophyll in there. But, you know, it's where the spores are coming out of in there. You get these gypsum, you know, you get this stuff, you know, you can just frequently get this occurring in this limestone, these selenite crystals and stuff. You know, I don't know if these, some of the you know, crystal hippies think you grind that up, you do rails of it, it's gonna, you know, increase your chances of winning scratch-off tickets or what. But, you know, what I'm looking for is there's these giant grapefruit-sized Cretaceous marine snails that you'll find in these exposures too. But I haven't seen any. Oh, look, there's a nice oyster. How about that? How about that? Coryphantha echinus shell. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's like a mountain lion killed an aoudad and stashed it here. What is that? What kind of organ is that? Oh, it doesn't smell that bad yet, so it must be fresh. Now, see, the aoudads, kind of feel for them, because they're endangered where they're native, but here, they're released for hunting, and are, you know, they can be kind of a problem on a landscape. But, yeah, this thing doesn't even stink yet. She must have killed this last night. She's just stashing it here. You know, I want to keep it out the sun so it doesn't spoil, so she can come back and devour it. Is it a stomach or something, or what? Yeah, you could see she was clawing, all right? Clawing at the ground right here. You know, doing cat stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, look, we got Homat Cactus, formerly Infero Cactus, but it's actually not that closely related to Infero Cactus. Oh, look at that beautiful shell. It's a nice fossil. And it's much different. You get a South Texas variety too that looks much different and grows in much different habitat. The South Texas variety grows in calcareous mud. This grows out of bare rock and is much more pink, but they still have those recurved spines. And you got to look at the tubercles, of course, as well, which you can see right there. It's Tacoma stans, frequently overused in horticulture, though it is a native. And this is the type of habitat it grows in. Bignoniaceae is the family, Catalpa family, which of course is, you know, 100 times more diverse in the tropics than where Catalpa grows in the, you know, temperate latitudes. So anyway, there you go, Tacoma stans. They can get a lot bigger, big yellow flowers on it when it blooms. See, walking along this sketchy cliff face is kind of just what you got to do to get at this guy, Natalina Gregory. Now that's a desert fern if you ever seen one. Look at that beautiful farina on the undersides of those pinnae. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a banger. And of course you got our friend Selaginella lepidophila just growing up the rock. And of course a very localized prickly pear, Opuntia rufida, spineless prickly pear, but it does have those glochids, so don't go fondling it. Look at that. God, I love these fucking ferns, man. This whole family is amazing. Pterodaceae, Pterodaceae, Natalina, Argyrocosma, Astrolepis, Myriopteris, Chilanthes, etc. God damn, that's nice. Like always growing out there. So many of them are casmophytes in the desert, just growing out of cracks in the rock. Little Opuntia seedling, Jesus Christ. That's probably 2 or 3 years old, maybe older, who knows. Where's the mountain lion at? Oh, she could be living in there. The shit. So, you know, this limestone, of course, you know, does not hold up well against acidic rainwater. And so somewhere up above me, probably 40 or 50 feet or maybe 120 feet, wherever the main, you know, inlet for the water that flows out of this little chasm is, there, you know, that's where the rainwater collects, goes down, and has slowly been working its way, chemically weathering this massive limestone. And that's actually the best spot, being that when it rains, eventually this will, you know, form a little trickle for this Tacoma. Tacoma stands to grow, but you could see it's obviously a little bit stressed because it's still got a little bit too much sun for its liking right now, and so it's flushing those purple anthocyanin pigments. Pretty cool though. That water comes from above, so it's, you know, probably very cool and still moist deeper inside that crack. Oh, that's a really nice specimen of Natalina Gregory. God damn, look at it, flushing blue. Hasn't dried out yet. Still running on some moisture embedded deep within the cracks of this limestone. You'll never see this guy growing on volcanics. It's a limestone endemic. See that, you know, it's Bman Bust. I was here last. This whole thing was covered in this species, Euchnite. Still going off. Loasaceae, the rock nettle family. Multiple stamens, got a couple staminodes, and of course those barbed trichomes that make the leaves stick to you like Velcro. You can put those leaves on your shirt or something. Little decor. Okay, we'll film a little bit of Loaf, the most grandiose peyote of them all. And it's got a little pup on it. See? And again, it's got this overhang so that in the hot summer it's shaded. But, you know, in the cooler winter, like we're in now, especially when the sun's at a lower angle, it's getting good sun. That's the ideal spot for a yote, you know? You get good sun in the winter months when the sun is lower and the temperatures are lower. And then when the temperatures are way too hot, you know, you get a little bit more shade. How old is that thing? That's got to be, Jesus Christ, that's got to be 50, 60, probably 100 years. Who knows, man? Again, it's Bman Bust. It's not like there's a stable growth rate out here. You got that little guy popping up right there. Oh, that's nice. Look at those trichomes, looking like the frayed ends of rope. Tell me what you think about this beautiful specimen right here. This old boy.
I'm thinking it's older than me. Just guessing. But look at that form.
The most opportune spot, the best real estate in this whole whole mountain.
Yeah, it's the king of the hill over here. I'm just amazed that they're here. Even just to find this one, but then you start looking around, there's other ones. Oh my gosh.
Blows my mind is that whenever this thing germinated, because it wouldn't be able to grow right there under the shade, there was more rock here. So it's been here long enough that parts of the rock that it's growing in have been eroded away.
Get this picture right here. This is the one.
Oh yeah, Louise. You know, she's hanging in there. She's tolerating this. Yeah, that's got to be 100 years old, if not more.
Wow.
Easily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's incredible.
You're saying this is like a radar dish.
Yeah.
This is like a satellite dish, absorbing energy from out there in the cosmos, you know, this whole cosmic dance.
This is God's Wi-Fi router.
There you go. But then also, you know, in the summer when the sun is right up above, it's getting a little bit of shade. So that's why it's such a robust specimen. You know, in the winter months it's getting full sun, which is what it needs. Summer months it's getting that sun mitigated so it doesn't cook. Looking at the dimpling patterns caused by the weathering of the limestone when it mixes with the acidic rainwater. But Lily over here just seen, you know, she saw this massive bastard. Look at that monster. Holy hell. I'd love to see someone draw a peyote monster. Nestled and nurtured by the Euphorbia antisyphilitica.
That's Lophochocosaurus.
Get that. Okay, so, you know, moving the Heteropha a little bit out of the way ever so gently, we see, I wonder if that's all one massive plant. And what is the diameter of that large one? That's got to be 6 inches. Maybe 5.5, 6.
Yeah.
You can see what Leo's doing here is he's not only is he just fondling a cactus. I mean, he is doing that because he does love it, but he's also looking for seeds located in the trichomes, because this population has been under selection because of where it grows. You know, it's much more drought adapted and much more cold adapted as well, due to the wintertime temperatures that can be experienced here in the northern Chihuahua Desert. And so, you know, the phenotypic variability, you know, you probably got quite a few more alleles that make it perhaps more adapted to cold as well as to intense sunlight, because there's not much cover here at all. I mean, these are growing nestled in the limestone, you know, next to the Jatropha, just getting blasted, and it can take it. Yeah. Much different habitat here than the South Texas population.
And it seems like you don't see the darker green little puffy guys that you see in South Texas under trees and stuff.
Right, these all have that farina, that intense wax, those
and
long
kind
chain,
of flattened out, you know,
yeah,
going horizontal more than vertical.
Those long chain fatty acids that protect it, that wax, epicuticular wax. I don't know about Terod HJ. You really got to look into Terod HJ. I read about Terod HJ. I said, wow, you know, there's really some stuff going on there, you know. Astrolipus cochisensis and at Natalina Gregory. Look at that fucking ice, the ice queen of Fern. Oh, I just broke it. Sorry, I'm going to save that though. Oh God, look at that. Oh, that's just incredible. Those revolute margins, those folded over margins. You see that folded over margin on a fern, and it's especially if it's got this wiry rachis, that wiry central stem, chances, and it's growing in a dry area, it's probably, or on a rock, it's probably in Terod HJ. Terod HJ, Natalina, or Gyrocosma, Myriopteris, Calanthes, I know I keep talking about this. I'll shut the fuck up, but god damn it. Look at all the, what are those, scales or trichomes on the adaxial surface, on the upper surface of the leaf. What a fucking banger. Oh, you can see they're just, you know, absolutely everywhere, just all over these calcareous soils. And of course that, you know, I think calcium-rich soil tends to hold a little bit more moisture. The mud that it creates does. And because some of these, you know, there were areas where you could feel the soil was still wet, and it hasn't rained here in, I don't know, I assume a week, judging by the way that the selaginellas look. But there's just, there's peyote everywhere. It always blows my mind how it just starts appearing. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
All over the place. Yeah, squeezed one, you get them with a little muffin top sometimes when they wedge between two limestone boulders. It's, you know, boulder that's split apart. Look at that, you got one there. This is a really dense population, and they're all just seeding each other, reseeding. You can see there's one growing with the Jatropha dioica. There's one in there, another two in there, another one over there. Really dense. Oh, it's so nice to see. They're so happy here. There's one, there's two. Oh, it gets distracted by the peyote. Let's keep moving. Someone in our party just saw the mountain lion that killed that audit. Anyway, look, here we go. This is escobaria. Is it escobaria sneedii? Which escobaria is it? See how it's got the flowers at the apex instead of a ring around the center? A ring would mean it's a mammillaria, but since they're at the apex, it's escobaria. These flowers are just done. I wonder if they got pollinated, if there's going to be a fruit. Selage is loving it here, and of course you got a little yod over there too, just hiding out amongst the limestone. Why is it fracturing like this though? What's going on here, huh? Look at that nice karst formation. All right, for some reason this patch of limestone is really reacting with that rainwater. Just the way it weathers is. I mean, this is bona fide dogtooth karst. I haven't seen this since the Dominican Republic, or maybe some areas in Florida. Jesus. Look at that stuff. Look at the texture of that. It is. It's that same liverwort that I've seen in South Texas. Is that a rickia? No one identifies it. No one knows which species it is. That nice aquamarine blue, though, is unmistakable. Holy shit. The Euphorbia antisyphilitica grows in lines because the limestone's kind of at a dip, so it grows in between the strata layers. It's nice, kind of dipping that way. Here next to Leo's foot, we have a hairy moss. I shit you not. That's everything gets hair in the desert. It's unreal. A hairy moss. God damn. I just saw a hairy liverwort in South Texas. God damn. What was it? Oxymitra, I think was the genus name. I forget anyway. There you go. Well, we're just collecting rocks over here. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Have a great day. Go fix it. Bye.